Hello everybody, and welcome. I am the Beta Plan, and this is of course Vampyr. Welcome back. I was looking around a little bit in my shelter over here, wondering actually who has constructed all of these, when I noticed a few small little things. For instance, if I go to my vampiric abilities, I can even see the insects in the boards. That's pretty freaking cool. At least, so it seems that I would consider these would probably be the insects, though. I mean, they're moving around, but they do move a little bit with where I am standing, so I'm not entirely sure if that is true. But, more importantly, we can look at the crafting system, because the game just notified me that I can actually upgrade a weapon. The machete to level 2. It will increase its damage. And that's all that it states about it, but I will do that, because I've been pretty much focusing on the machete as my melee option. After all, I didn't use the claw attack. We now are using the blood spear for our blood damage, and we will use a machete then, or whatever else we will later find, for melee damage. So we could do enhanced damage by 10%, or we can decrease stamina consumption. I'm gonna go with damage here. And it's or it says, but I can still click on this? Yeah, you can. Okay, so you can change it. Well, let's rock this for a moment. We also have guns, of course. Still not using those. I am more looking into the stake over here. I cannot upgrade it though, so we'll just have to let that be. Let's look at the map for a moment. We are here. There is our quarry. This is our hideout from our first foray. We came from the South Walk, went to the docks. There's still quite a bit of map to find. Why is there a custom marker here again? How do I keep doing these things? Remove. That doesn't mean I need to be out of the entire map. I apologize. So yeah, there's a lot still of the map to discover, and I hope we will also find some side quests, because I would love to see more. Some of you already noticed that I cannot resist to go into any kind of door. Ooh, it's light outside. Why is it so light? Feels unusual light. Rats and hideouts. Rats are often located near hideouts. Using senses will help you locate them more easily.
It's locked, all right.
Still locked. Still everything on lockdown. Just making sure we're not running into a bunch of enemies.
It's locked.
Everything is locked.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
It's interesting that the mouth is not moving at all. Oh,
As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before. Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop. Just the same, I promise.
two-handed weapons. We need to equip it for use a special ability. The scythe, for instance, can be used to parry incoming attacks, inflicting heavy stun damage if timed correctly.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
I wonder, is this?
Will, please let go of me.
I can't use my vampiric vision, by the way.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So it's resistant to... I'm trying to get away from it. Oh. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since I played this game. I didn't queue it. That's my target. Would you not walk into it? Okay. Bad start of the combat. Let's have some fun. There we go. Let's see what happens when I bite a vampire, eh? There you go. Combat changing around. Had to get into it a little bit for the episode, but here we are again. Ow. And hit it. I wonder if I was too late to save his friend, or if it was just me being too slow, or I actually managed to... Okay. Rephrase this. I wonder if I was too slow with saving the guy and I should have run earlier, or... No, wait, he's still alive. Good.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Well done with a
Remember,
blunt
certain
object.
Skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Scal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place. William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink. This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital. No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Good, I almost was afraid they were not going to let me loot the place. Which would have been not exactly what I wanted.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Alright, but what we also must do is destroy everything and loot. After all, loot is the lifeblood of most RPGs. Up to the point that you just walk into random people's homes and just steal everything they own.
I cannot enter.
Yeah, I know, it's red and I cannot enter, but for some reason I still have to try. Man, this guy is... How did you manage to evade... Well, I wanted to say authority, but then again, you're all caught up in the plague and what have you not, but there's like... This is an excessive amount of corpses. I'm just destroying everything here. I'm just like your random ass hooligan. Cannot loot the doctor's purse though. Could I go up here? No F key for me to use? No. That's unfortunate. Still destroying stuff. Did I just move the head? No, it's the air of the machete that's causing that change to be. I think I've looted everything in here. Alright. Oh, no. This. And this. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Time to go. This man, for being a vampire hunter, is quite accommodating to our personage. To our person. I should not record early in the morning. My brain is not awake, but my cats decided that with this hot weather, it was time for food. And I know that if I say...
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy.
Privacy instead of privacy.
Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Well, I look positively spiffy, I would say. Chip chop and cheerio and all that, lads. Look at it. Excellent example of a man of stature and wealth, I say. Well, having done that horrible impression, let me get... I hope you enjoyed me looking around a little bit around the canal as we sailed around, looking at both ourselves and around, as we saw, for instance, a creature on the docks that I think might not have been human anymore, or he might just have been puking his guts out. And to finish the other short little story I was busy, it's about 28 to 29 degrees over here in the Netherlands, and I know that for some countries that is like peanuts and like that's not warm at all. Congratulations to you. Here it is exuberantly warm for this time of year, and I'm not really built to withstand those temperatures, and neither are my cats apparently, whose clock has gone off the rails.
It's my turn.
What's happening?
Rotten oppressive. Each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
The problem is...
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Oh, I don't really want to drink this guy, and why can we not drink the guy that he just threw into the canal? Because we did notice that. By the way, if you were wondering, no, I could not run in that sequence, so I was simply not allowed. The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you will get. This is somewhat in line with the Vampire Masquerade system that as put by your dearest vampire old friend that shows you the ropes, Jack. Did you ever had a PhD, son? That's good stuff. But alright. To drink blood of your prey, you must first mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerize level must be equal or higher from the citizen's resistance. Press Q to mesmerize. Okay, so I apparently don't have a choice in this.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Okay. Would that be over here? Blood temptation. Press to embrace Clay or X to release him. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase experience gains. Yeah, but I'm going to bloody release it. Thank you very much.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
But we didn't exactly lead him to the hospital. We're not going to take this life. We have done enough killing for today. I think my doctor's oath is getting in the way. Or should be getting in the way.
Whoa, I feel giddy.
At least the Mistress of Darkness follow me, Gwyneth. What?
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Okay, where the heck is the guy that fell into the canal? I wanted to drink him. Like, it would be so much better. Tiny common parts. No. Now we can run again at least. Minium powder. I can't just brandish my weapon out here for some reason. That's autophagy, that's not exactly what I wanted. Yeah, T. Doesn't work. Alright. I was actually looking for... Oh, there's a nurse calling to me. I hear you, nurse, but I am looking at the patients outside that may require my immediate attention. After that, I will look into your patient. Hey, they've gone. How convenient. I could roam already. I can walk away from the hospital as much as I want. Oh, interesting.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Yeah, but I think I will go with the main quest for a moment longer. Influenza. Frequently complicated with pneumonia. To prevent any case of Spanish flu, stay home. The Spanish flu, the bird flu, all of them from the same type of virus. It is a virus that can mix with itself, which is causing...
Where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
That was very quick without actually knowing ahead of time that was coming. Where did you get the name tag? But to finish my story, influenza is a virus that can mix with itself, and it's indicated by its outer shell, the H and the N compartments of it, which is why you might sometimes have heard of H1N1 virus. For I think that was the bird flu, but it may have been H1N3. I might be slightly mistaken there, but it has several, as you say, compartments or animals that can carry it, like a swine, like a bird, like animals. And sometimes these two mix with one another in, for instance, a pig. And then they exchange horizontally information. So it would be, for instance, if I would stand next to someone and would give them my brown non-practicing brown eyes. I don't have brown eyes, but let's not go into that detail. And that person would give me the green eyes for something that we then create afterwards. This is a possibility for this virus. And due to this highly mobile transfer of DNA and outer membranes, it's hard for our immune system to actually see and remember that this is the same type of virus and to fight it properly. So, there is your little medical lesson into this flu that is currently infecting London in this game and what has been infecting the world several times, causing several wars also to go bad and what have you not. But first, for Miss Crane, a few questions.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Alright, I will leave this out because that would be weird. We know where my room is,
Nurse Crane.
so we're about to leave. Okay, so I heard whatever skulls are in our yard. Of course, there are now a lot more main quests, but I think it is time for me to roam around and look into all the area that is now opened up for us here in the hospital territory. Because I apparently heard skull over here. And of course I'm looking for some... Is that inside? Is that outside? My hearing is not as good as a vampire's, so I have no idea where that came from, that line, but...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, I see. I must say, I'm a bit surprised about his accent, if you will. Because this is London in 1814, if I recall correctly from the intro. Now, they do have India at this time, but this man clearly doesn't have an Indian accent. So, I don't know.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
I probably need some more hints before I talk to him.
Goodbye, Milton.
Probably would require some more hints. Because we lost a few hints with Sabrina and were never able to talk again about about her affections for the barkeep. So I'm hesitant now to talk to people before I learn more.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
I see.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
I was hoping more to talk to you about your background, perhaps.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippets. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Alright, good to know. We got a hint. I'll get out of this for now.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
That's at least a hint obtained.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
I also want to look at that, but I can't because you are in front of it, mister.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yes, but I do want to ask a little bit more about your life in London to get a little bit more insight.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Well, there we have Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Interesting.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Well, it's good to know this.
Goodbye, Milton.
You know what? Let's go into the garden and have some fun there. I know these episodes are now longer than half an hour, which is normally my time frame that I do for videos, but because of the introduction and me just milling about, I have the feeling that I actually should show you a little bit more. There's another door I can even open or enter or use. Why is this all open? This feels like a waiting room to me. Oh, I see an enemy. Rogue Scowl. I can reach that far. Good. Just curious here. Oh, there are even more Scowl. Oh. How many Scowls are there in here? I should really have this vision on. And I really need to drain this guy. There we go. Ow. Ow. Hey, I sent. Take it. Yeah, I gotta hit a little. There we go. We lost way too much health on this guy. Why does my Q end when I... Why does it end? Really? After I bite, apparently my targeting ends, and I don't know why that is happening. But that's causing some issues, as you now have noticed. That's a shame. Let's put it that way. Am I back in Pembroke itself? Have I just found the back door? Yeah, I'm back in Pembroke itself. Okay, so... Hold on with that. There we go. Going back outside. So I guess the only thing I can do is indeed attack the two skulls that are together. Which is not really something I'm looking forward to be fairly honest. Is there anything else before I get into trouble? Oh! That one guy is actually... This guy is not resistant to. Ooh. Hit them both. Why does my targeting end? There we go, because you were not resistant to melee and you were. Perfect. Done as requested, and that should probably be the wallet. No. Photography of smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever. Alright, well... Is that not considered a clue? I would have thought almost so. At least that fight went a lot better, but I am lacking a bit of blood now because of my heavy use of blood spear.
It's locked, all right.
Quarantine, influenza. Keep out of this area by order of the Board of Health. Quarantine. One shall enter or leave quarantine area without written of the local health authority. An authorized employee of the shall alter, destroy, or remove this card. Violating this regulation will be fined. Oh. Like any good adventurer or RPG, you can find your best stuff in the garbage bin. This looks like a store you could enter. Ooh, district status serious. That's interesting. It's like really serious to healthy. Okay. Let's do this side quest, let's finish it off and end the episode. Let's go and... Sorry, I saw something shiny. Shiny things attract me. Let's do that and feel accomplished at least for doing our first side quest. Voila, back in Pembroke.
They belong to you now.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
Hey!
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
She is the lover, or at least, assuming so, our driver here.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Change your attitude? I can understand that, but the problem is here the full sentence is gone. I would like her to be more optimistic for our patients in their final moments. But this also could be like a chastising, change your attitude or I will report you, which is not what I want to tell her. That this is the problem of not having the full sentence. But and this you would be surprised. Yes, of course I could transfuse everybody with vampire blood, but that's not really my idea. You know what? In a sense, she's right.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Well, that was actually a pretty good answer in the end of what we mean.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Isn't that your partner?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
I found a photo of you two together. How can I not interact with that knowledge?
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nope.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
That's not going to be it, but that is something we know now. It's not something they know at that moment.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking...
I think, yeah, we already did this. So we're gonna go back, and I'll say goodbye. But it's interesting to see her here. There we see some patients as well, but let's get to Milton.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
And you are new as well? Well, I can't talk to everybody right now in this episode.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Well, first of all...
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Alright. Yeah, that was definitely something that happened during that time. Interracial coupling was considered foul at best. And absolutely inappropriate and punishable. Mainly the last part at worst. Punishable by death even for some slaves. Alright.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Well, that was
Goodbye,
somewhat insightful for sure. I think with that we're going to call it an episode, and in the next episode we're going to, well, look around Pembroke Hospital. I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.